Welcome back. You're watching Newsx. My name is Vineet. Lok Sabha has been adjourned till 11 a.m. tomorrow following repeated sloganeering and protests by opposition members of parliament. Well, the core demands of the protesting opposition MPs was a discussion on the special intensive revision exercise concerning electoral rolls across the country. Prime Minister Modi also took a swipe at the opposition, asking it to not do drama and offer tips to improve performance. Taking a dig at opposition over the recent Bihar election drubbing, Prime Minister Modi asked its members to not be frazzled by the outcome and make a winter session a productive one. Alongside the electoral rolls controversy, opposition parties also want a debate on the 10th November Delhi blast and the wider questions of national security that have followed. There are several other key flashpoints, including border talks with China, Delhi pollution, of course, India's foreign policy and economic security, and a lot more. Meanwhile, 3 bills have been introduced in Lok Sabha: the Manipur Goods and Services Tax Second Amendment Bill 2025, the Central Excise Amendment Bill 2025, and the Health Security National Security Cess Bill 2025. Rajya Sabha saw a tense exchange between opposition leader Mallikarjun Kharge and government leaders over former Vice President and Chairman Jagdeep Dhankhar. As he felicitated new Chairman C.P. Radhakrishnan on his first day of chairing the Rajya Sabha, Kharge referred to Dhankhar's unexpected resignation, expressing disappointment that the House could not bid him farewell and wish him well. Kiran Rijiju sharply reminded Kharge about the removal motion he had used against Dhankhar. On the other hand, JP Nadda also called Kharge's references to past conflicts and no confidence motions as irrelevant. However, we will consider whatever happened in the parliament as a start to something productive or not. Joining us on the broadcast at this point in time is Mr. Sumit Peer. He's a senior political commentator. Jasmine Sandavalia, BJP spokesperson on the broadcast. Advocate Manasvi Thapar, political analyst, with us on the show as well. Last but by no means the least, Pooja Tripathi, Congress spokesperson, is also with us on the broadcast. Dr. Pooja Tripathi, I will begin with you. Well, you heard what the Prime Minister said. He's saying that the opposition is perhaps perplexed and a little disappointed with its loss in the Bihar polls, and that is the reason why this angst is being released in the parliament. We as is have a curtailed session, Pooja. How can the productivity of the parliament be enhanced thereof?
Exactly, Vinay. This is a curtailed session, only 15 days of parliament and 13 bills have been listed. And it was very, very disappointing and very disheartening to see Prime Minister talking of opposition raking up drama. Yesterday, we saw a UP BLO from UP, Sarvesh Kumar's video where he was crying profusely, saying, "Ki kaam nahi ho raha hai, itna pressure hai," and then, committing suicide. And that's what he calls drama. 41 deaths have happened across the country. BLOs have died across the country over varying work status, and this is called drama. The report says that, the median age of life expectancy in Delhi has reduced by 7.8 years, and this he calls drama. 17,800, 600 people have died because of air pollution, directly linked to air pollution, and this he calls drama. I think Prime Minister should sit back. And who does drama? Let me ask you one thing. Let me ask the government one thing. Manipulating AQI readings, water spraying, I'm sorry, arresting the protesters, putting them on grave charges, taking off 90% cover off from the Aravallis for further construction, for further being given to the Adani and company. Is this not the drama? When we asked the government on security issue, when we asked the government on what's happening on national security, when everything was painted as rosy and gory, this was Home Minister Amit Shah saying that there has been zero, inbred terror from the country. No JNK youth has joined the terror company, and we saw these disillusioned youth going on doing a card bomb blast in Delhi airport near Red Fort. And that's why we are asking. There's no white paper, there's no parliamentary briefing, no accountability, nothing. And then Prime Minister has the audacity. There's a basic decorum and dictum in parliamentary democracy that government has its way and opposition has its say. All opposition parties are demanding a discussion on SIR exercise, a discussion on the massive disenfranchisement that has been happening, a discussion on why so many BLOs and what is the need that, exert so much pressure. They are discussing, the risk and the hazardous choking condition that Delhi has been subjected to, and all Prime Minister goes on to say कि मौसम का मजा लीजिए, and we are all coughing and scooping, and we are having a permanent health damage, taking all मौसम का मजा लीजिए. And that's Prime Minister of the country, and reminded Delhi has 4-engine government. The central government Bharatiya Janata Party, state government Bharatiya Janata Party, local post Bharatiya Janata Party, and LG also from a Bharatiya Janata Party. But look at what the condition of Delhi, and all you ask them is water spraying, manipulated AQI readings and things like that. This is the Prime Minister who was responsible for each and every one of us Indian, and he's saying कि मौसम का मजा लीजिए. And that's why I'm saying that, the whole start to Parliament has been shaky. But we are still hopeful of a discussion on SIR exercise. We are still hopeful of a discussion by Home Minister of the country of the repeated terror attacks. Because when you say there's been Jammu, there's been Riyasi, there's been Kathua, there's been Pahalgam, and now there has been
He's had enough time.
That's what I'm saying. Please don't interrupt me. Do you get to decide how much time will I speak?
Jasmine ji, I'll come to you. Jasmine ji, I was going to come to you. You will get to respond.
Newsx has a clause that Bharatiya Janata Party spokesperson will decide how much time will I speak.
No, Pooja, I will. Pooja, stick to your point. Continue with what you were saying. Finish off, and then we'll go to Jasmine ji.
That's one thing. And this is the reality. No accountability, no data, and the whole governance has been turned into a soap opera. Absolutely full of cliffhangers, no sustenance, no substance, nothing. They are actually who has turned governance into a joke, and they are not ready to answer valid questions on Parliament. Congratulations on your Bihar win, congratulations on your thumping win,
Okay.
but get off your high horses. You need to answer the country on the dangerous level of pollution that the country.
All right. Let's get a response. You've said a lot. They should also remember to what to respond to as well. Jasmine ji, your turn to respond to Pooja Tripathi. Of course, the big question is the situation in Delhi as well. Like Pooja said, 4-engine ki sarkar, the pollution problem. There doesn't seem to be any headway in terms of the situation improving in Delhi. Is that a problem that you feel that the opposition can corner the central government on?
Vineet, first of all, as any Indian and as any human being, I would say that the environment of the country and the pollution is something which is something phenomenal, and we all need to work on it. I am not going to deny that there is no pollution in Delhi, and we have a huge phenomenon which has emerged, and we need to save our humanity and the country. I totally agree on that. But at the same time, to just singularly blame one political party, what are we doing here? This is not something which has just happened over 4 years or 3 years. This has been a continuing process which has happened over it's an accumulated pollution which none of us has really given a real thought to and not worked on it. But I want to bring one thing to the Congress spokesperson's notice is that we are a democracy, a vibrant democracy. This is the winter session, which has only 19 days and 15 working days. Are you going to stop the Parliament? Raise up the question of pollution. Please do go ahead and raise it up. And we will try and address and work to the last minute to improve Delhi. But do not hold the entire country to ransom. How can you do that? You have faced defeat in Bihar. Accept that graciously. But don't ridicule the winners. And at the same time, you are stalling. You're stalling the democracy. You're stalling the people's rights. The people have voted for you, and they have sent 100 people, the 100 MPs that you have. What kind of morals and what kind of ethics you have that you are not debating on the issues which are pertinent to the nation? And I rest my case on that. I'm not going to lecture like her.
Okay, all right. Sumit Peer, would you like to come in as to the stalemate that is rendering the Parliament's and its sessions inefficacious in terms of the productivity, in terms of the money that the Exchequer is bearing for the benefit of the citizens of India, and who's to blame for some of these logjams?
Vinny, thank you for having me on your show. The first thing is, for a moment, couple of minutes back, I thought it was a debate on Delhi pollution, not the nation. So I am now rejoiced and I'm now focusing again. It's all about all the issues which this great nation of 1.45 billion people is subjected, is facing and has challenges. I again discovered right now Modi ji is not the Chief Minister of Delhi, he's still the Prime Minister of India. I thought he got demotivated, but I stand corrected. Now the thing here is, what did the Honorable Prime Minister said? He said, "Bhai, discussion karo, drama mat karo." Seedhi सी तो बात है. If you want to have discussion, Parliament is the place. Some of the MPs have been carrying dogs to the Parliament. Bhai, bite करने वाले अंदर बैठते. And then you have all kind of dramas happening. You have people who was mimicking the ex-president of India. People who have been, putting all kind of allegations. Look, the democracy is decided by elections. Modi, whatever he is, either you say the collective intelligence of the whole India is wrong, everybody is an idiot here, we are the smartest people, and let all the people go to hell in a way, sorry to use this word, because our intelligence is more than that. That is not. If Modi ji is not delivering, BJP is not delivering, why is he winning election after election? When you have a poll debacle, you have to really worry about that. You have been constantly losing state after state. You are now left in 2 states. Your Karnataka was shaking, is shaking couple of days back. This Herald Tribune thing, FIR and things have been done. ED will be or is calling you. Now there are so many things that the Congress should be worried about. Your graph is constantly falling, and you have a leader who is never ready to reconcile with the fact. Now with all these debacles going on, if you don't even let the Parliament to function and talk, what are you going to do? What is your contribution? What my friend rightly said. What are your 100 MPs going to do there? What are they supposed to do there? They're supposed to go discuss, deliberate, agree or agree to not to agree. But you have to let the Parliament function. You have to let the democracy happen. If you keep on shouting on this pollution, okay, pollution
but
is there.
Sumit, the opposition has argued in the past that a number of bills have been passed, without any debate, which is unlike the atmosphere that the Indian Parliament is used to. How do you respond to that?
Vineet, look, there are 15 days, there are 13 bills. If you let the Parliament pass, they can be discussed, deliberated, and they can be passed bade aaram se. But if you want it to be stalled for the maximum amount of time, you want a democracy to come to a standstill, if you have lost the elections, why are you penalizing the Parliament? Why are you penalizing the temple of democracy? Well, in creating ruckus in the Parliament or whatever your party is, you are not going to win the hearts and minds of people. Neither you can go and turn back the vote. When today I have seen what was this vote sure. If your SIR had any dum, the Honorable Supreme Court has given its mandate that things are happening, things are moving, the country is going ahead. I remember when the PAN card was brought in, when so many reforms were brought in, people had all kinds of resistance, but in due course of time, you get raised to it. Vineet, if you have to win the elections, they are fought on the ground. You have to win the elections to replace a Modi. Modi cannot be replaced by shouting in the Parliament. Modi cannot be replaced by mimicking him or making memes about him. Now, if you want to go to only making memes and mimicking and bringing a dog to the Parliament and trying to send a message, well, that is not the mood of the nation, and that is what not the nation definitely loves and appreciates. India starts from Kashmir, goes to Kanyakumari, from here, Thimpu, and we here go to the Ran of Kutch. We have to address the issues of all 1.45 billion people. Yes, pollution is a problem, but where is stubble burning happening? Where is the maximum stubble burning happening? It is happening in Punjab. I didn't want to get it, but you have to now. If that is a discussion, it's happening in Punjab. Who is ruling Punjab? What have you done to them? What is the cooperation which is happening? These things will happen in due course of time. We have so many political changes. And Mr. Rahul Gandhi ji, with due respects to you, you said India is a dead economy. Modi ne maar diya, khatam kar diya. 2 days back, we have grown at 8.2%, in the last quarter. It is the highest in 6 quarters. The best GDP in the whole world. Nobody even comes near to us. And Mr. Gandhi had declared Modi ne economy ko maar diya hai, economy dead hai, khatam ho gaya hai. And he was talking to reporters. So many pata, dead economy hai. Now, what are you going to apologize or what are you going to let on? These all kind of propagandas might become media headlines, might become social media trends if you have big teams. But ultimately, we need at the end of the day, if you want them to turn into votes in your favor, well, sir, that is not going to happen. And unfortunately, by doing all this mimicry, you're losing more and more ground. Come on, get into the Parliament, have all kinds of discussion, but stop the drama. Stop this, stop stalling the Parliament and stop intervening in the process of the democracy. That is what the specialty seems to be.
All right. Manasvi, how are you placed when it comes to this back and forth between the central government and the opposition? Do both the sides have a point to ponder upon?
I don't understand one thing. कांग्रेस इलेक्शन नहीं जीत सकती तो कांग्रेस इतनी पावरफुल कैसे हो गई है कि वो पार्लियामेंट डिस्टर्ब कर सके? I think there is a huge gap between wanting to answer, wanting to deliver, and wanting this drama to continue. I think asking questions when you are in an opposition is the right of those people who are in opposition, and answering them is the responsibility of the people who are in power. And that is how a healthy democracy and the temple of democracy is made for. It's made for this particular reason. And when we have 13 bills to be passed in 15 days, which is one of the shortest winter session we are witnessing right now, I think there are more than billions questions which billion of people of our country needs to answer. And if people are asking questions on SIR, why don't we have a clear answer? Then what is that date we will have a discussion on SIR? There are crores of the citizens' name who are getting verified. Lakhs may be deleted or added. We have no clear idea. It is only the Election Commission of India and people in power who are going to ask this. And if it is not a vote chori, it's a vote addition, it's a vote subtraction, it's a vote multiplication, anything related to vote. This is the right of every citizen. And that has to be answered in the parliament. And the second most important question what comes to my mind would be the internal security of our country. If something can happen in the heart, in the center of everything, in our capital, a bomb blast can happen. Remember during the time when the terrorist attacks happened during the Congress times, we all had left, right, and center. We questioned the Home Minister, we questioned the Prime Minister, we told them to resign. We are not asking them to resign. That is not how the democracy will function. But asking them how did these terrorists enter our country is a relevant question. And this is not a drama. This is on delivery. The delivery should come from the people who are in power. You don't need opposition to answer on AQI in Delhi. You are breathing the same air. I am breathing the same air. It is the responsibility of the people in center, in the state, and you have to answer these questions. These are not tough questions. These are not difficult questions. These are not questions to be avoided. These are questions which are the need of an hour. When lakhs and millions of people are struggling because of this. As a citizen of any state, any of this great country, if anyone's role is getting deleted or multiplication is happening, you need to answer them. And this is not about disruption of the parliament. It's about the citizenship of our own citizens. If this is what BJP is doing or Election Commission is doing, tomorrow someone else may be in power, then that may be misused. And these things are pertinent. This is not about dramas. This is about delivery. And the question is not on opposition, because opposition has been in opposition since 3 terms. They are going to continue to be in opposition. And this has no relevance with Bihar election. Bihar opposition has lost, done and dusted. Moving forward, SIR is going to happen in more than 10 states. What is the status? What is the methodology? How is that going to be operated? What are the safeguards to make sure that wrongful deletion does not happen of poor, marginalized minorities? These are questions which opposition is going to answer. And even let's move forward. Even if opposition is not asking this is the responsibility of the law minister to answer. What is the methodology you are approaching in SIR? And this is not a very great question or one of the nationalistic question. It's a responsibility question, and you are trying to avoid this and you're trying to put it on opposition, which is at its weakest moments. Since last 3 elections, it is continuously losing. There is no momentum in the opposition. That does not evade from questions which need to be answered from the center. It is not the question of the opposition. This is the question of the citizens. अगर कांग्रेस में इतना दम होता या ऑपोजिशन में इतना दम होता तो बिहार जीत जाते. वो बिहार नहीं जीत पा रहे, म्युनिसिपल इलेक्शन नहीं जीत पा रहे, और जब सवाल पूछते हैं तो आप बोल रहे हो कि वो डिस्टर्ब करते हैं. कांग्रेस इतनी ताकतवर नहीं है, opposition इतनी ताकतवर नहीं है कि वो डिस्टर्ब कर सके. If BJP, which is the largest political party of the world, which has the largest number of karyakartas of the world, the most funded political party of the world, and having the greatest leaders of the country, can't run a parliament, are we going to debate on that front?
Okay.
BJP is so weak that they can't run a parliament.
All right. Okay. Let's get a response. Let's get a response from Jasmine ji on this. Jasmine ji, how do you respond to what Manasvi had to say?
Well, I was hearing the gentleman, and all I can say is that there are 100 MPs in the opposition, and the opposition needs to play a more constructive and a responsible role. Yes, they have every right in the democracy to raise up pertinent questions. They can ask about SIR, but that does not allow them to stop the passing of and debate of the 13 bills which are going to be tabled. They have a far more responsible role. This opposition needs to grow, it needs to evolve and be a mature, responsible, it needs to play a responsible role. And as sadly I'm saying as an Indian citizen and not just as a BJP person, opposition is most pivotal for any democracy to survive. Unfortunately, under Mr. Rahul Gandhi, the opposition is in shambles. They harp upon on one topic. The SIR is an important question for them to ask. We leeway that. But at the same time, you cannot stall the democracy and the rules and the regulations, and you cannot stall the functioning of the parliament for the next 19 days, and we have only 15 days to debate on the 13 bills. Please stop and grow up.
Okay, Dr. Pooja Tripathi, how do you respond to that? And do you think that the opposition is under shambles because of Rahul Gandhi?
Oh God, please. Their Rahul Gandhi obsession is real. But look at this debate, Vineet. Look at the tenor of this debate. Everything. Hum election jeete. We are asking questions on air pollution, which is a structural public health hazard of the country. Hum election jeete, tum haar gaye. We are asking question on SIR exercise. Why the hastiness? Let me tell you, Vineet, I haven't mentioned it till now. The SIR, the Chhattisgarh SIR list doesn't have my name in the list. I'll go run and post to pillars to have my name included, and I have voted in 3 general elections and 2 state elections till date. And it's not there. My name is not there. Forget about the marginalized and oppressed people who cannot, have so much means to have their names included. We are asking the basic decorum of democracy. I again repeat, the function of running the parliament is with the treasury benches. Opposition, more than 17 notices were filed today that they wanted discussion on SIR. Everything centers down to हम इलेक्शन जीत रहे हैं, आप लोग चुप रहिए. आज हम ये जो जहरीली हवा ब्रीद इन कर रहे हैं, इसमें हम इलेक्शन जीत रहे हैं, कहां से आता है? आज अगर हम नेशनल सिक्योरिटी पे क्वेश्चन कर रहे हैं कि अगर 7 भी मरे, 17 मरे या पहलगाम में 23 मरे, तो वो हमारे ही देश के भारतवासी मर रहे हैं, तो अपोजिशन तो हार रहा है. अपोजिशन को तो क्वेश्चन करने का हक ही नहीं है. आज हम ये पूछ रहे हैं कि 51 BLOs डेथ हो गए. और what is election commission is doing? Election commission is posting reels of BLOs dancing. The same election commission which few days back said कि आप अपनी बहू बेटियों की CCTV share साझा करना चाहेंगे. The same election commission is posting videos of women dancing, and that's what election commission has been reduced to. It's not just an opposition issue. The voter list is a national issue, and it needs to be addressed. What is stopping you? And then there is a prime minister who does not attend the parliamentary session, gives a press conference. अगर इतना ही ड्रामेबाजी opposition करता है, तो go and have a press conference. No one has stopped you. 15 years we have never seen a prime minister addressing press conference. और opposition की सारे ड्रामेबाजी इस press conference के सामने reveal कर दीजिए. A scripted one की बात we listen on every Sunday. A scripted one की बात we listen on every parliament session. Now it was saying कि 13 bills कोई कम कोई. Last parliament session only 50. There were 15 bills that have been laid out, and less than 15 minutes have been given to each bill. And that's what we are saying. From 2014 onwards, the bills that have been sent to parliamentary select committees have been reduced to 47.1%. From 73%, they have been reduced to 47.1%. We are living in the same area, same era, where farm laws have been bulldozed, GST have been bulldozed, everything has been bulldozed, and some bills they had to retract later too and apologize to the nation. And these are the same people who talk about having a drama and not delivery, but what they are giving is a drama-induced distress to the nation.
Okay.
प्रधानमंत्री
All right.
जिम्मेदार होंगे AQI के लिए. प्रधानमंत्री क्यों हमारे जहरीले बच्चे मर रहे हैं? 17,000 डेथ हो गई है, बच्चों को परमानेंट लंग डैमेज हो रहा है. My friends in medical fraternity, when they are asking their patients, my friends who are gynecologists in the profession,
Okay. We have a paucity of time. Sumit Peer, you want to quickly come in for half a minute?
The thing is that I still knew till before this debate that the bills are settled in the parliament, but in the lawns of the parliament. So let's differentiate. कहाँ settle होंगे? To best of my knowledge, it's within the parliament. Parliament के बाहर नहीं, parliament के lawns में नहीं. Secondly, Vineet, you are talking of all kinds of things. Look, when SIR के marginalized society, गरीब, मुसलमान, सबको निकाल दिया. When the Honorable Supreme Court told you, भैया 11 बंदे तो लिया जिसका नाम हटा है. The mighty Congress party, more than 100-year-old party, could not get 11 names in 145 crore लोग to show to the Supreme Court कि भैया इनका नाम हटा, ये गरीब लोग का नाम हटा. Could you show even 1%? You could not. Now, what if you want to discuss about the dead horse? How did the horse die? आखिर कटप्पा ने बाहुबली को क्यों मारा? You can have this discussion going on and on and on. But you went to the court, and why did you shout vote chori today? What had it got to do with vote chori? And the Honorable Prime Minister does not have to do press conferences to be relevant. It's for people like Rahul Gandhi how to do press conferences to be relevant. Modi is known for his delivery. Modi is known for his leadership. Modi is a global leader. He doesn't need press bites to remain relevant. The people who are losing election after election, who have the name in the Guinness Book of World Records for losing highest number of elections, they have to keep on doing the press conferences ताकि लोग उन्हें भूल ना जाए. And when the results come, the same person is out of India, though that is his brand of politics. But the issue here is Vineet. I mean, we have problems, we have challenges as a country. But weren't the same people who sent Manish Shankar Iyer to Pakistan कि भैया मोदी को हटाना मदद कर लो? Weren't the same people who said were the same people who were having biryanis with Musharraf and watching football?
All right, fair enough, sir. We have run out of time, but I appreciate your passion and your perspective on the same as well.